All right guys, today we'll be replacing a door glass on a 2015 Nissan Sentra front driver's side door glass. As you can tell, this video will actually help all the way from 13 all the way to brand new 2019 models. It'll be the same process. Again, guys, I'm going to show you how to replace a door glass. Very simple job, not too complicated. I'm going to try and walk you through it. It's been a minute since I've replaced one, so we're going to go ahead and do it. First thing I'm going to do is remove this plastic little cover. Kind of remove it. You should be able to do it with your finger, slide it upward, kind of very easy. Go ahead and get that out of the way because you want to do a little bit of leverage on it. This one is going to be held on by clips. Sometimes you're unsure whether you're going to want to slide it up, the door panel up, or pull towards you with clips, but this one should be clipped in, held in there. What we're going to want to do is look for screws. I was already kind of finagling it, guys, so let's see. If you can use your fingers, I would recommend it more. Be gentle with some of these plastic pieces, guys. Again, we're gonna see what we have to take off, and we might end up taking off more than what we need to, but I'd rather have it that way. Be very gentle. This is plastic, you don't want to damage it. So there we go, we have that loose. And again, some of them actually did end up breaking. No matter how gentle you be, sometimes plastic is can just get broken. Now we're gonna do is stick our pig's foot. So most of the time you do have a screw under here where you hold it with your hand, but I'm not sure. Use a little pry bar. This one actually came out very simple. Just gotta pry it up very gently. A fiber tool would probably be more ideal. And there it is. There's one of our screws holding everything in place. Typically you have a minimum of 3, but I don't remember how many this is. So what we're gonna do is grab our ratchet and our 10mm. Put it to loose. Go ahead and loosen it. Okay, there we go. Put this somewhere safe. As you can tell, we still have to go back and vacuum all this, guys. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna disconnect all of this. Disconnect these cables. Very simple to disconnect. You want to push. Got that one. You got one back here. Push. Kind of wiggle it off. Do not pull the cables, guys. Take your time on the pull of that. Kind of just want to wiggle it. There we go. And now put it somewhere safe. Again, don't start the ignition or open the key at all while these are disconnected. You'll have to reset the motor, and that can be very tedious at times. So we're gonna go back and check and make sure we don't have anything. What you can do, guys, is kind of always work your way on the bottom first and kind of just pry. There we go. Since we were able to pry. So that cover did hold on the door handle portion. So it did only have 1 screw. I'm used to always seeing 3 screws, but this occasion there was only 1 bolt holding it. So we're gonna do is just kind of pull away and kind of just tilt it up, and we should have the whole door panel out of the way. We're gonna put it somewhere safe so it doesn't get too scratched up. As you can tell, we have the glass right here. I always like to leave the glass already kind of in the vehicle, so have it ready. Always check your glass too, guys, once you get to the job to make sure it is the correct one. So as you can tell, we're gonna have to go back and vacuum all this. What we're gonna do is remove this black bag. This is butyl, guys. Actually, this is very crappy butyl. I don't know whether I'm gonna reuse it or just take it off completely. It helps out keep moisture out of the vehicle, so just something to keep in mind. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this bag out of the way. What you want to do is go ahead and connect this little module back. Now that you have it out of the way, go ahead and connect it. Make sure it's connected correctly. You hear those clicks. There we go. That's the nice thing about these newer cars. The door handles seem to be bolted onto the actual door itself. All right, now as you can tell, there should be a lot of glass in here. You can actually hear it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get vacuuming in a second. All right, but what we're gonna want to do is lower the window down. Lower the window down. Again, make sure you have everything connected before you power it on, or you will end up risking to have to reset the motor, and that can be very annoying at times. Again, don't actually turn on the vehicle. Let's go down a little bit. There are holes here that will guide you where you need to tighten the window. So, and as you can tell, I'm not sure if you can see, but we are lined up with these 10mm bolts. We are lined up. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and loosen them. 10mm with an extension does a great job. Put your hand behind them, kind of support it. Be careful not to get cut. It will cut you, and they are very strong. They are tight. If I had not been careful, it would have cut me, but I wasn't holding. I was kind of just leveraging forward. This glass is sharp. At the end of the day, it is tempered, but it is sharp. Same process for the other one. Kind of just hold this bracket, support it. Try not to drop that nut. It can be very annoying. There we go. Put all of it. So total 3 screws is all we have. These are the plastic pieces that are kind of urethaned onto the door glasses. So very easy to take these off. Overall, very easy job. All right, since we have the door glass ready to go, what we're gonna do is, what you're gonna want to do is pull this whole rubber piece off. If possible, pull this whole rubber piece off. Stick your hand kind of toward in here at the bottom of that bar. And kind of just start pulling it like this. You want to pull away. The reason why we're pulling this off is so we can get a nice little clean. Be very careful. This metal is sharp and it will cut you. So if you have to go wear some gloves, I recommend always wearing gloves. I don't like wearing gloves because I get more of a grip and I lose grip if I wear gloves. So what we're gonna do is kind of pull some of this off. It's fighting us there because of the glass. Again, here we go. Same thing there. There we go. Now we are going to make a little bit of a mess on his driveway, but we will be coming back and cleaning it up for him. Again, guys, very easy. You want to make sure every portion of glass is out of this piece, because this is where the new glass is going to slide through, and the last thing you want to do is scratch the glass or cause it pressure for it not to go up and down. Check the corners. Unfold those lips open. Unfold them so that they can release on any portion of a little piece of glass, or where your customer will hear squeaking and scratching sounds, and that's not something they want to hear once you install the new door glass. Down. There we go. We're gonna double inspect it. All right, since we're good there, but we're gonna go ahead and get that vacuum out of the way. Put this somewhere safe. What you're gonna do is vacuum all in here, guys. Get as much glass as possible. Of course, here as well, because that's the portion where it's gonna make contact with the glass. What you can also do is look through this little portion right here with your eye physically, so you can make sure you're getting as much glass as possible. Explain to your customer that it can be very difficult to get 100% of the glass out, but you do want to get a majority of it off. If this is in your way from vacuuming, I do recommend removing it. Easily 3 bolts. Just makes it more of a nicer vacuum for your customer. I'm not really sure why that's loose like that. It seems as if it's being held on by some weird plastic thing in the back. Yep, and it does have nuts in the back, guys, so be aware of that. Apparently this is held on by nuts. Easy to reach back there and grab them though, so there we go. So once you have it out, just go back and retrieve those nuts before you start the vacuuming, or you end up vacuuming these nuts and sorry about that. Use your tool in case it gets to a little tight area. There we go. Little guy was hiding from me. I'm gonna vacuum up as much of this glass as possible for him. This is the hole. One of the most fun process. With your pig's foot, what you can do also is kind of get in there in those tight areas. Get it out of there. Again, be careful with the metal. It's sharp. It'll cut you very easy. The metal will actually cut you more than the glass will. Believe it or not. I had more metal cuts than glass cuts. Again, like I said, do your best to vacuum out as much as possible. You don't want your customer to hear. I'm sorry about that, guys. If you have that small little nozzle extender, that really helps out. I unfortunately lost mine. So we should be pretty much good to go there. And now comes the part where we have to put this rubber piece back on. It can and will fight you, so what I recommend to do is grab your glass cleaner and just kind of spray. So it will actually slide in there a lot better. It will fight you a lot less. Try to remember which corner went where. So if I remember correctly, it's usually the sharper corner goes over here. So we're gonna start over here first. And it's a very easy door glass, not much to it. We're gonna look at it from the outside. It has little lines that will tell you where it's supposed to actually sit, or if you're too low. Again, you can tell I already got a little bit cut from the metal, but it's not that bad. But again, wearing gloves kind of hinders you from being able to have a nice little grip and grasp of everything. So I'll risk a little cut here and there, and pray it isn't too bad of a cut, but do wear your gloves if this is your first time. All right. Again, make sure you keep it nice and lubricated. Since you added spray on it, you'll be able to slide it down very easily. Actually makes it a lot easier if you just add spray, and it lines itself up correctly too. You can also have it fix itself as you put the window back in. See, it's back in there. It actually follows a lot more taking it out than it did putting it in. Guys, make sure you get this behind the rearview mirror on the sides, or the exterior mirrors. Make sure you get it right behind it to give it that nice look. You don't want it overlapping it right there. It's gonna look very ugly. Now we're gonna do the same process again, except this time on the rubber, so that the glass will slide in there pretty easily. Just make it so it doesn't fight you as you're sliding it in. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is grab your new glass. Be very gentle. It is tempered. If this falls, it's not laminated and it won't just crack. It'll actually just shatter into a million pieces. Like I said earlier in the video, always double check your glass. You can tell right away that this is the right glass. Inserting this glass, very easy. I learned this from my mentors. You want to nose dive it. I believe you want to nose dive it from the outside. It's actually better if you're behind the door while you do this. So nose dive it from the outside. If you want to go ahead and kind of get a little bit close to inserting it, you'll be fine there. Again, nose dive it just a little bit from the outside. Make sure these rubber pieces are not in your way, or they will fight you. We're gonna struggle for a little bit, because what we might have to do is put the window more lower, and it's not even there yet. There we go. We have to back it up just a little bit. So what we're gonna do is back it up, and then you can go lower. 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 And then you can There we go. Go ahead and line it up with one hand. Again, it was not very hard. What was bothering me was the regulator was in the way of the two little screws, so we had to back it up just a little bit. But you do want to nosedive it. So now that we have the glass perfectly in the slot, you're gonna slide it down slowly. Make sure you hold it on the bottom. You don't want it to slam down there. Get it to line up with your nuts. As you can tell, we're lined up to one, but make sure you're lined up to both. There we go. Find your nuts, the ones you used, typically these, the short little silver ones. You do occasionally get some new ones, but on this occasion we don't get any new ones. What we're gonna want to do is kind of make sure we're lined up perfectly. All right, there seemed to be a little of a line there. What also helps, again, start with your fingers or the there we go. Or your socket right there. You want to finger tighten them first so they don't fall on you. Don't tighten it too much because then you'll have trouble putting them in on the other way. I feel like one is shorter than the other, but it's fine. Sometimes putting in this one can be kind of annoying. He'll fall on you. There we go. Again, start with your hand. You don't want to cross thread anything. It can be hard at times because there's almost no room to get in there. I feel like one was shorter than the other one, but we should be there. Alrighty. We should have everything. This is the one nut for there. Double check your nuts. 3 for the rate. Was it the speaker? Sorry, I was the regulator. I was like, no. Now what we're gonna do is kind of snug them with the ratchet. There we go. Not too tight. It is plastic. You'll break the plastic. There we go. There we go. Before you start putting everything back together, let's see what it does. See, it's nice locked in place. Let's go ahead and open the key. Okay. And see what I said about making sure it's clean, guys. You will have little pieces of hair of glass no matter what you do, but you want to make sure you clean as possible it out. And we are. And it does have automatic, so make sure your automatic is working. And as you can tell, the automatic down works, automatic up, functioning properly. All right, and then pretty much you want to go ahead and leave it up there, guys. Now go ahead and close your key. There we go. Leave the key somewhere safe. I recommend leaving the key up there so that in case you close the door by accident, it doesn't lock itself. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put the speaker back on. Pretty much just the reverse of everything we just did. Kind of find it weird that it has nuts in the back of it and the nuts aren't welded, but hey, Nissan, do your thing. Okay. Alright, again, we're gonna kind of just hold it. Snug them. I don't want to break it. It's plastic, guys, at the end of the day. Be gentle to plastic. Same thing, kind of hold the nut. Okay, here comes the last one. It's actually kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I'm trying to find it. There we go. There we go. There we go, nice and snug. That's back in. We're gonna go ahead and again disconnect these. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna put the bag back on. Hopefully the bag does stick. If it does not, just put a little bit of double-sided tape on it or a little bit of glue to help it. A lot of times this will help it stick back on, but it can be kind of annoying if it doesn't. Again, this helps keep moisture out of the vehicle. So we might actually have to put a little bit of glue just to kind of hold it in place. It seems like this butyl actually kind of dried itself up. Sorry guys, the sun's starting to come out, so it's starting to get a little warm. So I'm gonna go grab a little bit of glue, guys, before I continue, just to hold that bag up, at least on the top portions. I'll be right back. Nothing, not yet, just give me a minute, I'm almost done. All right guys, we're gonna add a little bit of urethane, just because I'm on the old glue. I'm gonna add a little bit of urethane with my glove on, just to kind of put it on. I didn't feel like using my nice butyl, but I'm not gonna put it on the actual wire portions of it. All right. As always, wear a glove when you're dealing with urethane. We should be fine to go there. Okay, now that everything's back on, we can go ahead and put the door panel. I believe the door panel did have the lip that kind of rubbed against the glass, so unless I forgot it, and it does, so we are good there. Same thing as always, get rid of all that glass. Make sure you clean the door panel while it's out, a lot easier to clean out. All right, let's go ahead and put the door panel back on. Make sure these wires are right here, guys, because you'll have trouble fishing them out. Again, you're gonna tilt it away from you and slide it down as you do it. Make sure you are in there first before you start pushing on it to make sure the clips. What you're gonna want to do is make sure all those clips are lined up. So we are not in. There we go. Now we are in. Once you are fully in, now all you can do is just tap it in. And there we go. If you have to, you can look at the sides of it too. There we go. Make sure your fingers feel that it is flush against the body of the door, the metal of the door with the plastic. And we should be good. We didn't disconnect the speaker, so we're fine there. Let's go ahead and put this little handle cover on. That keeps it locked in place. It should hold it, and there we go. It is nice and being held on there. We were able to kind of fix it a little bit. So again, it's plastic, it's flimsy. Nissan doesn't spend too much money on it. So now we're gonna put this 10mm screw back on it as well. Luckily this is kind of a pointy end, so it just goes in one way. I have to kind of stab it since the bag, I think, is covering it. Snug, never too tight, especially when it comes to plastic. All right, put the module, connect the module back together. If I'm mispronouncing or misnaming these things, I apologize. There we go. Now what we're gonna do is put it exactly back on, forward then back. You'll be able to tell. It just kind of, it's gonna lip in there either way. I'm gonna start with the forward. There we go. Nice and clicked. We should have everything back on it. I typically do like to save these guys because you never know. Sometimes you have a door glass that's actually in good shape and just these kind of fall off or break off, or they break from here. Again, it is kind of just plastic, guys. Don't forget your little cover here as well. Almost forgot it. Same process as before. Slide it downwards, and you want to just hammer it in with your fist, not your palm, and make sure it's nice and in there. Kind of shake it to see it's in. But we are good, guys. We are pretty much done. Everything is bolted, set, and we're gonna go ahead and show you again the last result of it, so you guys can get a look at it. Very easy job, guys. See, automatic down works perfectly. Automatic up works nice and fine. Now there is a little bit of a squeaking going on, guys. There are little hairs, I believe, of glass that are caught rubbing up against it. I thought I had gotten all of it, but we might have missed just one or two. Over time it will fall out. To help it, you can always spray it. You can always spray it right there. Help it kind of lose itself there. It's mostly on the sides, but we'll be fine. But overall, guys, we are done. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, and thank you again.